Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spa SOS. I had a really interesting experience this week. I had the pleasure of visiting a spa here in Las Vegas, Hotel Spa, and it just made me reflect on my entire career because when you talk about different spa types, people have their preference, right? But they serve a very different purpose for each different kind of entity. So when I started my career, I was a solo massage therapist. I designed out a space in the basement of my home in Baltimore. I had friends and family that came over. One was a recommendation of a friend that was kind of wonky. But I ended up meeting another solo massage therapist that would come over to my house and do massages on me in the basement space. And it gave me complete autonomy. It gave me flexibility. I could shift and morph my location as needed based on my clientele, my life, what was going on. I also did mobile massage as well, which was always on the highest floor. And just, it was always a very interesting experience to the point that I really got rid of most of my clients except for one. And I would see her once a month. She lived about an hour and a half away from me. I would massage her and her husband and then drive my hour back home. And they paid me very well for that. And it did fit my lifestyle. It helped me learn a little bit more. In that time, I ended up going back to massage school as a teaching assistant. Because, you know, when you're in school, they throw so much information at you that I just didn't feel like I had absorbed it all. And so I said I wanted to go back and really understand it again. And that's when I really came up with the idea of creating a day spa. I wanted a little bit more. I wanted to have foot traffic and feel comfortable bringing strangers into a space that wasn't my home. And so I set off on that adventure. I worked with the Small Business Development Center at UDC. I was going for like 2 years. And one of the things that the mentor said to me is, you need a business partner. Like, this is a lot of heavy lifting. Now, he never said that he was actually building a B&B, a bed and breakfast, on his own, well, with his wife. And so he really understood the nuances of the spa world and services and all those things. And what he said to me is, you probably just need a one-room place to start. And I was like, dude, I already have a one-room place. I have my house and I want to move out of my house into the space. And I was blessed enough to find a business partner at a location, which I didn't know. I just knew I really, really, really wanted to work there. And I advised my students against stalking, but I definitely did some stalking in that instance. And I didn't know what it was, but it was just this compelling drive to be in this particular space. Little did I know I was going to meet my business partner, Shelly. Hi, Shelly, if you just happen to see this. And we had a very similar goal. I had read an article in Massage Magazine about the longevity of massage therapists, which on average is 5 years, because we tended to get injured and shortened our career or just eliminated it. But they were finding something, and this was, maybe 2004, 2005, that with the chemicals that we were being exposed to, be it the aromatherapies were fake, the candles were fake, and it was causing therapists to develop allergens and shortening their career. And so we came up with the concept of a day spa. And she came with me to my SBDC meetings, and we went to different shows. We really, really worked at this idea and this concept. We were all over Baltimore looking for properties. And I think we were really at our wits' end, and we finally found one. And we were grandfathered in. It was on Main Street on 36th Street, Renew Organic Day Spa, shout it out. We got best green spa. I think I got best massage therapist. It was an amazing experience. It was this boutique experience. And we had gone to enough shows where we were looking at different rates and different trends and all of the things, and being able to incorporate that into our location with a passion. And then 2008 came with the Great Recession, and it just kind of shattered business and the books. And as I look back now, we probably should have closed in 2008, but I was just, I'm so optimistic and I'm so positive, um, that we ended up holding on probably a lot longer than we should have, because things got worse. And so we made the leap, to, sunset the business in the best way possible due to the recession. But that also served a purpose, because we had a lot of local clientele who were coming in. We had people coming for weddings and people coming for pregnancy. We specialized in those different techniques. We had a massage therapist, Mitzi, hey, who was phenomenal and had just a fabulous fan base that she brought over to our location and the exposure. And we were the only spa on the avenue at the time, and there was an organic restaurant, there was an organic hair salon, there was a refurbished store. So there was an opportunity for collaboration and a real focus on supporting those in the neighborhood and spanning out around Baltimore, Philadelphia. We had some clients that were coming down from New York. We had a few coming up from DC. But when you have a day spa, it really does focus a lot more on that residential, day-to-day individual. And day spas also make up 80% of the industry. They don't make as much as the hotel spas, just because of what pricing allows. Now, and that could be a little bit different in like a place like New York City, where the cost of living is so high that your day spa pricing might be on par with what is at the hotels, or the hotels buckle up a little bit more and charge even more for those experiences. And then we get to those hotel spas, which I was the director of spa and wellness for a Forbes rated property. And that was a lot of transient individuals, folks that you were going to see one time and probably never again. We did have a couple of people. There was one woman that I remember who came in. They lived not too far from the property. And so she would come in and have different services. But for the most part, that really is more of a transient visiting population. Those package deals might not be the same because they're probably not going to be there. Your hotel spas definitely have more space, have more amenities. They're going to have the pools and the plunges and the saunas and the steam rooms that you might not have the ability to incorporate into a day spa or have it yet. I do think that it is something to be considered as we have the technology and as you have this portability where you could put a sauna, a sauna in a room, a smaller room, and massage rooms are pretty small in day spas anyway, and convert that into a particular space where you can make that revenue off the sauna, off the plunge, off the steam booth, off the cryo tank. You now have that more where you can convert that room and charge a fee for it, because hotel spas tend to be in more urban settings, have a larger space, have those different amenities that they can offer, then they are able to charge more. So even though day spas make up only 80% of the industry, hotel spas make up about between 7 and 9% of the industry in the US, but they make up the bulk of the revenue. So when you see those iSpa reports coming out on what the average guest spend is, understand that that's not just solo entrepreneurs and day spa owners, but it's a lot of those hotel spas. So take that with a grain of salt, and understanding where you are really does predict how much you can charge for a service. And I know I've said it before, my parents are on the East Coast, a little south of Williamsburg, and you can get a quality massage for $65. I'm in Vegas, and I can go to a day spa here. It's not $65, but it is a reasonable rate. And I understand that when I get to the Strip in Las Vegas, that rate's gonna double or triple, right? But you're paying for that experience, the amenities, but they do all serve a different purpose. And one of the things that I want to say is we are not in competition necessarily. because we provide different experiences. A solo entrepreneur is going to be much more customized. I can get those package deals. Same thing with a day spa, because I'm there and I have the opportunity to go back and back and back and back again. If I'm traveling and I go to a hotel spa, I might not be back in that town again this year. So understanding that they all serve a purpose and having the opportunity to wear those different hats and see those different opportunities gives me a broader bandwidth and an understanding of the industry. So I just wanted to share and help understand. And one of the things that I think is going to be so important, whether you are a solo entrepreneur, a day spa, or a hotel spa, is the incorporation or the utilization of chat GPT and AI to help in the development and the creation. Customization is going to be huge. And then something that we have gotten away from that we really need to get back to is the concept of customer service. Exceptional customer service. In this day and age where people are a little bit more concerned about their spending and where their money is going, being able to have a phenomenal experience that's customized to my needs, sprinkling in a little bit of wellness, because nothing is recession proof. But as I've said multiple times before, wellness definitely helps you be recession resistant. And I think that is so important now more than ever. And I think on a consistent basis, as you can fold wellness into those experiences, it allows you for a broader range. And then thinking about education and how you incorporate that into your location as well. So with that, enjoy, wishing you much success in all that you do. Continue to support this wellness world, and I will see you next time. Be well.